Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am TCG Kindred. Today, we're pretty much just going to be going over our day two recap. So, everything that we accomplished yesterday, we're going to be going over the orders that we had. And we're also at the end going to be going over kind of what our plans are for today, what we're going to try to get done, and kind of our plans moving forward. But if you're new here, my name is TCG Kindred, or my real name is David. We are starting a TCG business and trying to grow it from the ground up. If that's something that you're interested, English is hard, let me tell you. If that is something you're interested in, please drop a like, subscribe. We're going to be documenting our whole journey from start to finish, if whenever there will be a finish. Um, but we're going to see what we can turn this into. This originally was just a hobby for my wife, and it's kind of grown into more than that. And now we both are kind of collecting. She collects cute Pokemon. I collect what is called a Pokédex binder. I have it over on the shelf. Maybe one of these times I will pull it out and show you guys. But yeah, so before that, I wasn't really much of a collector. I did back when I was a kid. My wife kind of got me back into it because she would randomly buy packs every once in a while and be like, "Oh, this card's cute. This card's cute," and she would just start keeping them. And eventually, we ended up with a whole lot of bulk. And then I started seeing some of these YouTubers like PokePaster and Phantom Cards, who's got a really cool playlist of how to start a TCG business essentially from $0 and work your way up. So I started watching him, and it kind of gave me this, this motivation to give this a shot. So I started selling on TCGPlayer, started selling on eBay. I've had some pretty good success. I've got 100% feedback on both. So I'm not like entirely new at this, but I wanted to start documenting my journey from this point to this point and just see how far we can grow it. So that's going to be the plan. I apologize for the poor quality of the videos, the audio, the sound. Me just sitting in my chair in my bedroom recording a video. Hopefully, those things will change as the channel grows and as I get a little bit more traction and as the business grows. I'd like to improve things, the quality of the video, the audio, just all kinds of things, just quality of life improvements. I'd like to add to the channel. So we're gonna be working towards that as well. But yeah, all right. We are going to go into what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we didn't really post a whole lot on TCG Player. Really, we didn't even post anything because we posted it all the first day that we were going to post on there. Mainly, the only things I want to put on TCG Player are going to be playable trainers, Pokemon that are in the meta right now for competitive decks. And I put all of my pitch black bulk on there just to try to let some of it sell before I strip it out, put it in my bulk lots, and sell those on eBay. Excuse me. We did get some cards listed onto eBay. We did not get as many cards listed as I would have liked. We started with some old vintage Tops cards, sticker cards, the first Mewtwo movie cards, and we didn't really get through a whole lot of those because it took longer than I thought. We can upload them through Card Uploader, but they don't recognize them, so you still have to go to eBay itself and look up listings, and it's hard to find kind of like a baseline for a lot of these cards as far as what to price them at. So I kind of just found a hard line. I think I put a lot of them at like 549, and I have best offer turned on. So worst case, somebody wants it, they can make me an offer. I know I left plenty of wiggle room. I don't really have an expectation of what they go for. Now the hollow ones seem to be having a little bit of history on those, and a lot of them are going for pretty decent. I saw a couple yesterday that sold for like $20, so I put them at $20 as well. Well, 19.99 because I don't want to go higher than 20 if I can help it, unless it's just really, really worth more than 20, just because I don't want to pay the extra $5 to $6 in shipping for a bubble mailer. So because you'll actually end up losing money. Well, you won't lose money, but you won't make as much if I added one more penny to that, because then I have to ship it in a bubble mailer. But if I keep it at 19.99, I don't have to ship it in a bubble mailer. I can still use the eBay standard envelope, which is a great service. Definitely highly recommend. TCG player, take notes. So yeah, we didn't get any eBay sales, which was fine. I don't expect too much of the vintage, tops cards and things, movie cards to sell really fast, but I know that they eventually will sell. Worst come to worst, I can always pull them off and just do a huge auction and just whatever they go for, they go for. Um, so my goal for today will be to finish those off, which I know I said I was going to talk about later, but my goal for today will be to finish off getting all of those listed, and then we will be able to start listing the actual Pokemon cards that we want to list, like the popular Pokemon, the Pikachus, Charmanders, Gengars, all of those. We have a whole bunch of the different artworks, the Yukamoris, the Asaki Itos, the Komiyas, and the Shan. I don't I don't know the fourth one. I can't think of it. Shanja Kenda, or maybe I'm Kanja Shinda, something like that. Maybe I'm butchering that name. But there was four of them, and we kept a pretty decent amount of them. And then we have a bunch of like reverse hollows and hollows we're going to scan in with our scanner and upload those into Card Uploader, and we're probably going to keep anything that's like 25 cents and up and put that on eBay and probably have a floor price. I haven't really decided what my floor price is going to be yet. I'll figure that out before I put them on there, but it's going to be like I'm leaning towards like $1.59, $1.69, maybe even just do $1.79 for those, and then start there, and then just kind of increment it as the price of the card goes up. Anything lower than that, we'll probably put on TCGPlayer, and just to try to see if I can get it to sell. If I can sell it for 10 cents, it's more than what I'm going to make bulk lotting it probably, at least on eBay, because I don't have a like set buyer unfortunately at the moment to like buy the bulk that I buy. Hopefully one day we will get that set up because that's a really nice thing to get set up. But let's see, where's my list? We're going to change around, which I will go ahead and switch the screens real quick and go to here. We're going to change around a couple of these listings that I have. These are buy it now listings for bulk lots that I have. We have two of these for $39.99. Reason why they're listed separately is because they're shipped in separate boxes. So the boxes are different size, so the shipping's a little different. Just why I had to do it in two separate. But I'm going to change one of these to an auction today. And then I have three of these 3,600 card lots, and I've got it at 119.99 right now. We haven't sold one, unfortunately, but I'm going to take one of these off and switch it to an auction and have that switch today and have them in probably Sunday night. So it'll be running about 5 days, and just to try to start getting some cash flow in rather than these just sitting here, because I've had these posted for a few days now, and there hasn't been a whole lot of views and interest on these. So yeah, and then down here, as you can see, these are the vintage like sticker cards is what I call them. I'm not really sure if that's exactly what they're called, but they're sticker cards from Tops. As you can see, they're not really getting a whole lot of views and everything, which I just posted them yesterday, so it's or this yesterday afternoon. Then there's also the Tops movie cards. Um, that's mainly what we got posted yesterday. Were just these, which we still have more from the first movie from YouTube movie to post. And then I have a lot of the Pikachu's vacation ones to post. Then I have like character cards is what I'm calling them. There's the E cards, which are like I don't know exactly what the difference is in those. Um, yeah, and then I think that's about it. And then we'll be able to get to the actual like Pokemon cards. Once we really start putting Pokemon cards on here, we will. I imagine we're going to start getting pretty consistent sales. So maybe that will also help sell these. Like I said, I didn't really know kind of what to price these at. There wasn't really like anything set in stone. It was hard to find any type of like history on these that was at least any time recent. And then I even tried to look at like just listings for them, and I really couldn't. There really wasn't too many listings, and on a lot of the listings I know for a fact were very much on the way high side because there were so few listings. People are charging a pretty high price, I think, because they're trying to get someone to overpay for it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's actually what they are supposed to be priced. I imagine that if that's the case, then a lot of these are going to get snatched up, and if that starts to happen, then we know that's what's going on, and we can change that. So that's going to be the plan today. The other thing I was going to do today was I'm going to make a post on Facebook. I live in a pretty big city. but I couldn't really find like a local Pokemon group to post to. I did find one, but it's only got like 800 people in it. But I'm gonna make a post in that group today, say that I'm buying bulk, and I do have a couple of others. They're more like sell, buy, sell, trade anything groups rather than just Pokemon groups. That if I don't get anything hit by like maybe tomorrow afternoon, maybe I'll post on another one, and then vice versa, and then same thing the next day. I'll post on another one till we can get some bulk. I don't really have a whole lot of capital right now to be spending, as you'll see. Um, the money that I'm mainly going to be spending to buy bulk is going to just be coming out of my pocket. I actually got a payment from eBay because before I started documenting this, I was selling cards. So I have it was about $100 payment, but I'm not going to add that to the business because it was before I actually started documenting this whole journey. And it just kind of, I want to keep it generic and straightforward and not have any like adding or anything. So our account's probably just going to be showing negative, but I'm only going to put probably $100 worth. I still have a lot of cards to list, so it's not like I'm going to run out of cards to list, but I'd like to be sitting on some bulk that I can kind of go through. So once I know I get to that bulk, then I know, hey, I need to start looking into getting more bulk and just keep doing that so I just never run out of something to do. And you never know what you're going to find in these bulk. There's even if it's sifted, there's a lot of people that don't know all of the playable trainers and playable Pokemon cards that sell on TCG Player, which, to be fair, I was one of those for quite a while. So I did a lot of research and kind of looked into tournaments and looked at decks that were being played and just made my own personal list of things, which actually I will show you guys. Um, I need to be more prepared when I stream when I do this. I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is kind of my list that I made up. Over here, these are like the 10 popular Pokemon pools that I'm gonna pull for eBay and post them. I don't really want to have more than 10 copies of per set per Pokemon, at least until I see that they are um selling. Once I start seeing that they're selling, then maybe I'll start keeping more and more copies. But the whole Bulbasaur evolution line, obviously the Charizard and the whole line, Eevee and all the evolutions, Gengar and the evolution line, Greninja and the evolution line, the Lucario evolution line, Mimikyu, Snorlax, Pikachu and the evolution line, and Squirtle and the evolution line. These are going to be like the 10 popular Pokemon when I'm sifting bulk that I'm going to be looking for. And then, like I said, I'm not going to keep more than 10 copies on hand unless I'm selling them at a pretty consistent rate. So then we get over here to the competitive side of things. These are the competitive Pokemon, which this list is going to constantly keep getting updated because I know that more and more cards and more uh, decks are going to come about and everything. But this is just like a brief list. I'm not going to go through all of these, but like obviously Badoo is in a lot of decks. Dracloak, Dreepy, Dragapult, are obviously in very important in decks. Dunsparce, I see a lot. The Dust Noir, Dust School is a lot in decks. Meowth X is a very popular one. I posted one of those my very first day and sold it instantly at market price on TCG Player. So I know next time that I probably should charge up for that. The same with these Mega Excadrill EXs. I posted those up on TCG Player. This is from Pitch Black, and they were worth $1. And I put them up. I put 5 of them up for $1, and they sold first day. So I know that I need to price up on these next time. The Matang Metal Maker is gotten really popular. I think it's like a $3 bulk card. So if you see this in your bulk, definitely pull it. Obviously, depending on when you see this, but maybe check in on it whenever you do see this. Monkey Dory is pretty popular. The ends are popular. The Team Rockets, some of these Team Rockets are really good. So yeah, that's just the Pokemon. Right here is an entire list of ever-changing competitive trainer pools. Not going to go through all these either, but some of these most likely you all know, like the air balloons, the antique armor fossil and skull fossil are from Pitch Black. These are new ones, but they seem to be selling at a high frequency, and people are, I believe, trying them out at least in decks. I'm not sure if it's going to end up being sticking around, but they're buying them right now. Arvin, of course, Boss's Orders, um, Crushing Hammers, Dawn's, um, Fossil Queries, another one that's in Pitch Black that's kind of catching some traction. So is Gwen. Pitch Black's catching traction. Hilda, Ionos, of course, Jumbo Ice Creams, Lily's Determinations. Let's see. Misty's Vitality, I'm really unsure of. When I first posted it, I sold a lot of them, and since then it's slowed down quite a bit. So I'm not really sure on this one. Night Stretcher, Pokepad, of course. Prism Tower seems to be selling. Rose's Encouragement, special red card. All of these different Team Rockets, the Petrol and the Watchtower. Unfair Stamps, really big card. So if you got that one. And then right here, just some like the special energies, the telepathic psychic energy. Really, the special energies, I pull them and put on TCGPlayer anyways. So I don't really pay too much attention to this list. So, but yeah, so that's mainly just kind of what I look for when I'm sifting bulk. So we are going to go through what we did today, and then we can wrap this up. Don't want these videos to be too long. I know I just keep yabbering and just need to shorten it a little bit. So, all right, we're going to go through these orders. We had 6 orders yesterday. We made a total of $8.54 in profit. Our first order was to Kristen. She bought 2 ignition energies, and we made $1.51 on that order. Have to forgive me. My list keeps like resetting, and I don't know why when I'm trying to like find these orders. Next one was Crystal. Crystal bought 6 Bonnettes from Pitch Black. We made $1.51 as well on that order. Angel is next. Angel bought 4 Trumbeaks from Pitch Black and 4 Two Cannons from Pitch Black uh, for 80 cents. And we made $1.68 on that order. And then Juan was next. Juan bought 4 Delmies from Pitch Black for 40 cents. And we made $1.34 on that one. And then Colbrin was next. Colbrin bought 1 Bastiodon Reverse Hollow for 15 cents. We made $1.12 on that one. And then last but not least was Frank. And Frank bought, excuse me, 3 Reverse Hollow Dark Bells from Pitch Order, another trainer that I think might be becoming kind of tournament meta. We ended up making $1.38 on that order. So we profited $8.54. We had no expenses yesterday, thankfully. And then right now our current total profit is only $12.91, but that's okay. This number is going to grow as we continue to list things and continue to sell things. I'm okay with that. So pretty good start. We'll take it. This number would be a lot bigger if we didn't buy stamps and have to pay for a bubble mail yesterday, but that's okay. These things are gonna just come and go as need. I should be good on equipment now, so I won't need to be putting any more or any more expenses. The next thing will maybe be more stamps because I didn't buy a whole lot. So, but thanks again for everybody for tuning in. I hope this has been kind of informative. And if this is the kind of content you like to watch, I'm going to be posting a video every single day documenting my journey. So if this is something you like, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully we will catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.